What's up, guys? This is Handikillcam, and today we are on episode 3 of the OG Tubecast episode 3. And I'm Handikillcam along with my co host.
OG Krongsta.
And today is going to be a very eventful episode. For those that don't know, the episode is being recorded on Wednesday at 11:26 a.m. and will be broadcast probably Friday, sometimes in the evening. So if you're hearing this, it's probably Friday. So you are now listening to the past and the future at the same time.
You know,
Interesting.
I've watched Back to the Future before. It's a pretty good series.
Well, yeah, it's actually one of my favorite series. But
We
I gotta.
actually watched it like a month ago, and what's actually funny about it is that when they went to the future, they actually went to, I think it was like 2014, and I was like, well, Michael Jackson may have been dead at that time, so I don't know how accurate that was.
But but my friend, the
Mhm.
Cubs did win the World Series.
That's true.
So it
They
was
sure
that
did.
that was pretty highly accurate. Um, which is very weird. That was like I don't like baseball, but that was like probably the weirdest game I've ever heard of. I say heard
Yeah,
of because I didn't watch it. Um,
fair enough.
Baseball's
Me
boring
neither.
to me. Baseball is very boring to me. I'd rather watch golf than baseball. That's
Agreed.
that's really crazy. Um, and since we're on Back to the Future, I gotta say this. Back to the Future is like, okay, I gotta say this. It's the only movie series that I actually like the second movie better than the first.
Really, that's the only sequel that you like? Like you don't even like Terminator 2?
No, no.
Terminator 2 was freaking fantastic. That was everything a sequel should have been.
Really?
Like it was better. The story actually made a lot more sense. Like it put everything together. Like so much action, just so much everything. Just now the third one was terrible, sure,
I thought
but the second
the
one,
fourth one was better. You seen the fourth one?
I don't even remember anymore. I don't think I have.
The fourth one just recently came out, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, then I haven't seen it.
yeah. No, the fourth one, in my opinion, puts like everything together. So you have to see the fourth one.
Yeah,
Um,
fair enough.
I'll send you the link. You can watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, so it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy week in general. Donald Trump is president, and
I'm
yeah,
happy about that.
huh?
And you want to know why I'm happy about that?
Tell me why you happy about that.
I know this is about video game, but this actually ties in really well. For those who don't know, Hillary Clinton, like many years ago, was a big anti-video game activist.
Huh.
And so trust me, she would have pushed some laws limiting things that we could have done in terms of gaming had she been in office. So honestly, that's a good thing that Trump won
Well, go
because
Trump.
she was like first she had this whole campaign against violent video games, and then of course it kind of spread to other things. So yeah, I'm glad she's not around because I don't want no anti-video game activists.
Being
Forget
the
that.
president. Yeah, next thing you know, we won't have games like GTA and Mortal Kombat.
There
Um,
you go.
um, well, to be honest, um, you know, not trying to make this political or anything, but I'm glad that he won, not necessarily because I voted for him. Honestly, I didn't vote. I, you know, in my opinion, what I believe, God already has our leaders picked, so it really doesn't matter, in my
Right,
opinion.
doesn't.
Um, but in hindsight, it shows that anybody can be president. For the longest time, since we've been teenagers, like they've say you could be president, but when you watch the political stuff, you kind of think you can't be president. But Donald Trump said, "Booyah, I could be president. Doesn't matter if you back me. I do what I want," and
Yeah, pretty much.
that's pretty awesome. Now,
Hmm.
you guys can leave your hate mail at my email, but I think that's pretty awesome.
All right.
So I'm gonna let you start first, since
Oh, you're letting me start first.
yeah.
Okay.
How
Well,
was your week?
there's kind of one thing. Well, okay, we'll talk about the week. Sure, why not? As far as the week is concerned, it's been, I'm gonna say, more productive. I was able to post a few more videos. I did do the role playing thing with the guys this past Saturday, and that was fun.
Mhm.
Um, and actually, we kind of hurt someone's feelings. So
Oh.
basically, there was this guy.
Uh
He
oh.
wanted to run his own campaign, and he wanted to use us. So here was the problem. He
Mhm.
said you can okay. Basically, he wanted us to be max level, which is 20 for unstandard,
Mhm.
and then he wanted us to be what's called, I think it was mythic tier 6. Well, mythic tier 6 just means that you get a bunch of good, awesome like abilities and stuff. Pretty much, it breaks the game.
This is the role
Not
playing,
only did
right?
he let us be, yeah, this is for the role playing thing I was doing.
Okay.
So not only are we like super uber going to be good in general, no matter what we create, he lets
Mhm.
us have pretty much free reign of any items that we want. So we can have any equipment, any items, where we have all these abilities, all these levels, and he thinks that he can contain us.
Oh.
So what he did not realize is three of the people in the group are very, very experienced. And
Mhm.
then there's me, who's somewhere in the middle, and then another guy who's somewhere in the middle. He tried to test this idea against us. Needless to say, we walked right through everything he had. All the traps, all the dungeons. We literally just walked through everything like it was no big deal. It wasn't even a challenge at all. We literally walked through everything like it was no big deal. Like, I had one friend who was literally making the purpose to play God and just shut down everything that the leader was trying to do. And then we get to the final boss and we was dead in like one round. Like
Wow.
it was
So,
way too easy, and the guy was getting pissed off because he's all you know. Well, I'm trying to make a game here, and you guys are ending it. And I was like, well, this is kind of your fault, bro. you know.
like, I thought the whole object of the game is to beat it, but okay. So, explain to me how you guys are beating stuff. Like, are you guys? So you guys are already strong and pretty much kick ass mode, right? Is that pretty much what it is?
Right, and what happens is the books actually have creatures that the DM can use in the game.
Oh,
So
okay.
it has its own stats. So the person who's running the game, acts as all of these beast creatures, whatever, and trying to beat us, basically.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
And
Okay, 'cause I
and so he put something, that was supposed to be tough against us, but he didn't use it properly and didn't know what he was doing, and thus we just tore it up like it was no big deal.
wow. So you just basically kicked the dude's ass then. Pardon my
Oh yeah,
French.
he even told us, he was like, "I'm never running a game again." And we're like, "Dude, you can run a game. Don't let us do whatever we want. You have to place limits on us because we're actually good at what we do.
Yeah, we actually
We're
know the
power
game.
gamer extraordinaires. So it's like you got to say, okay, you can only be this level. You can't do this. You can't do. You got to give us limits, otherwise we're just gonna break you. It's as simple as
Hmm. That's funny, dude. That's awesome.
that.
Well,
Yeah, that was
congratulations on
pretty
your
much my
win. That
week.
was
Yeah,
it.
thank you. That's for the most part. That's what I can remember at least.
Okay. Well, that's why I let you go first, 'cause my week's been kind of crazy.
Mm.
And I don't want to seem like I talk a lot. 'Cause I've actually been listening to the past episodes and I'm like, damn, I talk a lot. Um, uh, so okay, for those that know, when we did this episode, or not this episode, but the last episode, the Call of Duty release was coming out, and yeah, that was my first hectic part of the night. No one told me, no one dropped a tweet, nobody notified, nobody said, hey, nobody even gave us a chance to even pre-download it. But Call of Duty Infinite Warfare had a 50 gig download update. Update.
Mm.
Update. So,
Well,
that took me a total, for some reason, 8 hours to download.
you must have really crappy like internet connection.
No, I checked, I had a really good internet connection. I was at 4,000 kilobytes per second, and for you nerds that, or for you people that are not nerds, that's pretty fast. Um, I don't know what happened, but it took me until 9 o'clock the next morning to play the game.
That sucks.
And then when I finally got to play the game, I couldn't get into any lobbies or anything, and the game kept freezing and crashing and all this stuff. And
Mm.
so I'm at this point I'm kind of pissed off because here I spent $100 on the game and it's not working. And I know it's release and people can be like, oh, it's release and blah blah blah. But that was what the beta was for. And before um I let you speak here, this is the interesting part. Something happened with my download apparently because I got brain smart for a second and said, you know what? After it was like Monday or no, no, was it Tuesday or Wednesday? I don't know. It was like somewhere midweek. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna uninstall and reinstall the game. So after I uninstalled and reinstalled the game, which the game downloaded, re-downloaded with the update within an hour. So I don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then the game is working perfectly. Like,
Of course.
of course. So yeah, my streaming, my first to stream on the release, were kind of a fail. Um, I
Sucks, man.
I got to stream, but I didn't get to stream much on release because I was trying to find lobbies. So,
Right.
and if I would have known what I know now, I would have uninstalled and reinstalled and been gravy. But to know the game is running fine, game is running good, and I'm enjoying myself now.
That's
Um,
good.
part of the next part of my week is part of my streaming software. For those that don't know, I use OBS, and I was using OBS Classic, but they are no longer really supporting OBS Classic. So it will just start to crash on you in midstream and you will have to restart everything. So if you want to run a successful stream and be a successful streamer, you got to switch over to OBS Studios. OBS Studios is a cleaner interface, a better interface, but it has a lot more bells and whistles. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult, as OG knows. It took us 20 minutes before we can get the podcast started. So that
Yeah,
was
well, that kind
interesting.
of sucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was, and it was unexpected. It wasn't that I was unprepared. I thought I had everything good and going, but apparently Jesus said, "Bam!" and here we are. So that was unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
And then um I decided to actually I didn't decide. YouTube helped me decide this. I'm no longer streaming on YouTube anymore
Really?
as of yesterday and the day before. The reason why, now this is where I'm going to let you speak. Well, not let you speak, but I'm pretty sure you're going to have something to say about this. I was streaming Call of Duty Infinite Warfare when I finally got to play, and Activision decided to hit me with a copyright.
Activision.
You decided to say, "Yeah, we're striking your channel for copyright infringement because I'm what streaming your game. You have 50 million other people streaming your game. You have all these big YouTubers streaming your game, but you're not gonna strike their channel, but you strike my channel. Why?"
Wow.
And I have the email. It says from Activision, and so my account has been stricken by Activision. So technically, I can't stream Call of Duty on YouTube.
Wow, that sucks, man.
Yeah. Um, and one of my gamer friends that's in my gaming community tried to say, "Well, it's because you play the title in the beginning." Well, what difference does that make? I didn't make the game. Like, it's not like I'm using it for my benefit. I'm not making any money off the video. It's not monetized. So, what's the problem? So yeah.
Mm.
So as of this at the end, well, as if you are listening to this video, I'm no longer streaming on YouTube because that's a bunch of hockey poop, in my opinion.
Wow, then. Oh,
'Cause
so I'm really sorry to hear that because I mean, I've seen people stream all kinds of games on YouTube, and I mean, who's to say it hasn't happened to others? I mean, I don't really know if they're just cleaning house right now or what, but either way, like that's pretty crappy, especially since you're really not even making money off of it anyway.
And I'm not even
You
a
know,
big
you're
YouTuber. I'm not. I'm really not. Go ahead. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
no, you're perfectly fine. Like, and that's the thing I was gonna say too is like it's not like you have like 1,000 subscribers and everybody's watching, you know. And I mean, we have maybe less than 20. You know what I mean?
Combined.
So combined, yeah. So it's like you're going after the small fry here, okay? You know.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't know, or either that, or somebody saw something that I don't know. The wrong. It was kind of like wrong timing. I don't know. But either way, it just sucks. Like that's just not cool at all. So
No.
I can understand you not wanting to stream anymore on YouTube because you're just gonna have problems apparently.
Apparently. So I'm just gonna use YouTube for my video content, and that's it. And then so I decided to make a bigger jump, and I said if I'm gonna jump, I'm really gonna jump. So I decided
Sure.
to leave Twitch too, and I'm gonna be strictly just focusing on Beam. I really like Beam.
Hmm.
I've again was talking with the guy that was helping me the first time I went, and he was excited to see me. He actually remembered who I was, asked me when am
Nice.
I streaming because he wants to be a part of my stream. And this guy has like over 500, 700 followers. Okay, and
Wow.
then because I told him I just told him like my game plan. I told him what me and you are doing. He decided to
Right.
shout out he decided to shout out my Beam channel, and I barely don't even have any content left right now, and so I already have 4 followers on my Beam channel.
That's cool.
That's freaking
Nice.
awesome. And
Yeah.
I figured out how to make things interactive, and plus another thing that moved me over to Beam was there's this bot. Okay, Twitch has bots that they help you help you do followers, help you keep track of everything, and you can promote stuff, and you can do like little mini games and stuff like that. Well, the really good ones on Twitch, you have to pay $10 a month for.
Ah,
Okay,
that
like
dinero.
that dinero, right? Well, guess how
Hmm.
much you got to pay for Beam?
Zero.
$0. And
Hmm.
because the guy that's made the bots for Beam, he's a fellow streamer, and he's like, no, he's like, why would I want people to pay for this? Now you could donate to him. You could donate to the bot, and you get some extra features like Chuck Norris jokes and stuff, which
That's cool.
Josh would love that if Josh was around.
Actually, Chuck Norris jokes is actually very popular. This was something that was started a long time ago. As a matter of fact, when I first joined Facebook, I know so long ago, one of the first things I actually posted was literally a picture of Chuck Norris and a joke, and that was probably where I got the most responses ever from Facebook. Everybody was just dropping Chuck Norris jokes, so that's kind of a normal thing now, so it's not just a Josh thing.
That's cool. That's cool. So yeah, I've decided to go to Beam, and who knows, I may pay $1 just to get Chuck Norris jokes since
There you
they're
go.
so
It's
popular.
worth it. Trust me. They're very funny. If you've never really gotten into that, I'm really surprised you're not into that.
I'm weird. I'm not into stuff people would think I'm into. It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah,
Um,
it's okay. It just means you're different. There's nothing wrong with that.
no, there's nothing wrong with that. And then let's see what goes on. And okay, well, so here's the highlight of my week, which I really thought it was gonna be bad because I was in Gaming Central and I was, you know, strolling around because I actually give people feedback. If you post something on Gaming Central and it catches my attention, I actually either like, comment, or something. I'm all about helping the fellow gamer.
Right.
So so I was strolling, and next thing I know, I see a guy streaming. Guess what the guy's name was?
I guess I had OG in the title, didn't it?
Yes, it did, and it was called Original Gamers Steve Show.
Nice.
And I was like, oh crap.
Yeah, I think I saw your post about it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, because I tagged you in and I was like, oh no, oh gee, we're gonna have to come up with new names. We're gonna have to come up with a whole other thing. And I commented under his thing and I told him I was like, you know, my bad, bro. Like, we had no idea. Like it wasn't our intention because this guy, you know, very well, had this channel way before us. He has over 1,000 subs, easy, 1,000 subs, and he's been in the group longer than us. So I mean, if this guy was looking at it in a bad eye, he could have been like, "Oh, you guys are trying to steal my idea or steal my name," and that's what I was afraid of because, that's what it would kind of look like. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And he's like, and you saw the comment, but he said, "No, man, it's cool. You know, it's all
He said it
good."
was hard to be original these days, something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. He said it's hard to be original. So it was pretty cool, and I got a free sub out of that. So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Uh,
he did say he was going to sell. That's right. I remember
So I'm up to, um, well, he was my 16th sub, and then someone decided to sub to me on Twitter. So I'm up to 17 subs now. So that's
that.
pretty
Good job.
awesome. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I saw that you're up to 8 now, 8 or 9.
Yep.
So that's
Eight.
pretty
Yeah.
good. 8. So that's
Hmm.
pretty good. Yeah, so that was the highlight of my week. As far as you know, my drama, my gaming drama,
Gaming drama.
my gaming drama. So I mean, I really haven't had a really good chance to dive into Call of Duty. Um, is it different than I originally played in the beta? Yeah. Is it enjoyable? Yeah. I enjoy it. They took away the sniping. You could still quick scope, but it's a lot harder. Like you're not just gonna be able to point and shoot and snipe. They slowed down the ADS, and what ADS means, OG, since I know you don't play COD, is aiming down sights. So
Okay.
yeah, they made it slower to aim down sights, and then they took away the um, aiming assist when you're before you're scoped in because I don't know if you know this, OG, but COD has aiming assist. So pretty much, when you aim at your guy or the enemy, like your crosshair sort of magnet to the enemy, but COD
Oh,
is
so
the
it's like auto aim.
kinda, and
Okay.
people get mad because of aimbots, but what they don't really understand is all the cheater is doing is writing a code and putting it into the Xbox to magnify the magnet. It's the best way to look at it. So, you know, if you want the aimbots to go away, then aim assist has got to go away completely out of the game.
Mm.
But, you know, you could turn it off in the game for you guys that don't know. But, I mean, you might as well not turn it off because other people are going to use it against you. And if you want an advantage, you might want to have that on. Um,
Mm.
but in hindsight, I did get to play and I am enjoying the game. But on the downside, my clan members don't like the game or don't like Infinite Warfare as much as they like the remastered game, which is the
Mm.
second game that comes with it. I'm not much of the remaster fan because I've played the game already and I've beat the game already, and it's frustrating to me because everybody knows the game already, and so all they do is just sit there and snipe, and so they don't run around the board anymore. They just sit there and snipe you. It's a snipe fest. That gets boring to me, so I get frustrated and I go to the new Call of Duty.
Okay.
So yeah, but the downside, like I said, is my clan members are playing that, and I'm playing the new one by myself. All by myself. But it's
No,
all good.
nice.
It's all good. Um, yeah. And then the next good thing is that I did get mentioned in the podcast that I said I was gonna get mentioned in this week. It was short,
Cool.
30 seconds, but it was awesome.
Hey,
Um,
every little bit means something.
yeah, so, again, shout outs to Eviscerated Gaming Podcast for giving me a shout out. Even though you said you put the links in the description, guys, you didn't put the links in the description. Just so you know. But it's okay. I still love you guys. It's all good. Um, because I actually checked that stuff. Um, if you tell me something's in the description, that's the first place I go. Um,
Doesn't even watch the video. He just goes to the description and that's
yeah,
it.
pretty much because 9 times out of 10 the description is gonna tell me more than what sometimes the person in the video is because 9 times out of 10 the person in the video is paraphrasing what they're talking about in the description. So
Mm,
you know what I mean. If I want a more in depth, I go to the link. Um, so that was cool. And other than that, man, that was pretty much my week. Um,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, you know what? I did lie to you. There is one more interesting thing
Oh,
that.
interesting.
So this past Friday, I guess, which would have been the day that we had the last video recording. Me and my boss had a our first coaching session for my new job,
Uh huh.
and this is my first coaching for my new job and all that. I'm like, well, hopefully I'm doing well, and thankfully, the guy said that I'm pretty much where I need to be. Like, pretty much my numbers are really good and they're solid. So he just wants me to kind of keep up the good work. Well, that's not really what I'm here to tell you.
Ooh.
So when I happened to sit at his desk,
Uh
I
oh.
noticed he had an Evo badge.
Ooh.
So Evo, for those who don't know, is Evolution Fighting. It's a fighting game tournaments that started like in 2003 or four, if I'm not mistaken,
Mhm.
where basically people from all around the world come to one area and they basically compete in all types of varieties of fighting games. Well, it turns out this particular person has been going to Evo for the past 4 years. He's actually apparently a known person, at least in the
Oh.
general area. Yeah. So like, I'm not gonna mention his name or anything, but like, because I don't like to say people's real names on the podcast,
It'll
but
be in the description below. No, I'm just kidding.
no, that will be a lie. But anyway, um, but yeah, basically he was talking to. Well, first off, he asked, "What did you play?" And I was like, "Well, I used to play Third Strike and SNK2 and MVC3." And he was like, "Oh, nice." And we're exchanging notes. And right now, he competitively plays Street Fighter Five. That's kind
Ooh.
of his thing. But he used to play Third Strike, and so I mean, we were kind of going back and forth. Ignore.
Oh,
Anyway,
I was like,
uh,
that's gonna be edited out. I might keep that for laughter.
just keep that. But
Comedy
anyway,
relief.
um, that was an interesting commercial break. But either way, no. But yeah, the guy was actually. I found out that my boss is a competitive gamer, and that's just great. And then apparently, I bumped into another guy just yesterday who I was talking to, and he also plays competitively as well. I forgot what he said he plays, but
Mhm.
apparently there's some actual like cool gamers where I'm working right now. It's actually really awesome. The fact that my boss is a gamer is just freaking fantastic. Like I have something else I can talk about other than work,
That's pretty
So that's
cool.
really cool.
That's
Yeah, that's
cool.
freaking awesome.
That's
Hmm.
cool, dude. Like you could totally like God is like setting you up to get back into competitive gaming. I'm just saying. Just saying, bro.
Of course, you'd say
I'm
that.
just saying. I
Hmm.
mean, you know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
you know, you
We'll
are who
see.
you hang
We'll
around.
see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I've heard.
so are you promoting you need to be promoting your YouTube in our show, you know that, right? Since they're gamers.
Of course we are. You know me, I'm not the kind of person that likes to say, like and subscribe to my video. I actually just said that in one of my recent videos. I'm not the type to advertise
I
myself.
know, I
The way
watched it. You did that was good for your first time. That was good.
Well, that's the thing though, is like I don't feel that I should have to tell you to like and subscribe. Like if you like what I have, you're just gonna like it. And if you wanna keep seeing what I'm doing, you're gonna want to subscribe so you can be one of the first ones to see it. You know what I mean? So I just don't see the need to every episode say like and subscribe to what you see me doing. Like, no, let my work speak for itself and then you decide on your own if you're
No,
gonna
I
do it or
I
not,
I, I totally agree. But I'm a habit of doing it, and the only reason why I'm a habit of doing it is because I like the little saying that I do. If I
Yeah, and
wouldn't
that's cool.
if I wouldn't come up with my little rhyme thing that I do, if you're feeling the vibe, hit the like button and subscribe. I would have never done it.
Yeah,
That's
that's actually cool. And then the reason that's cool is this, it's kind of a little catchphrase. It's something different that you don't hear from anyone else that's unique.
right,
That's fine. I
right,
don't have a thing like that, and that's just not my thing, which is why I don't do
right. And okay, so touche, sir. But I'm gonna hit you with
it.
this. You're not
Uh-huh.
you're not advertising to them. How are you gonna even know you have a gaming channel if you don't let them know?
because they're watching it.
How are they?
I mean, I mean that's the thing is like how would they know if they didn't see the video?
Well, no, not you. I'm talking about your worker, your friends at work.
Oh, I just tell them.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Like
saying.
I'm talking about on the channel when I'm
Oh, on the
doing my
channel?
videos. I don't
Yeah. I
advertise.
mean,
That's what I'm saying. No, but
I
in real life, like yeah, I mean, I've told a few people here and there that I know that are gamers that I have my own channel. I even told my boss that. I'm just talking strictly about while I'm actually recording. I don't like to tell people, hey, yeah, I know you're watching my video, but go ahead and subscribe. That's what I'm saying that I don't do.
yeah, yeah, I know. But you know you could do? You know you could do it like this possibly, and it might sound more natural. It'd be like if you wanna see more Hearthstone videos of me doing the Druid Arena, which that's what you're doing right now. You're on Druid Arena. Um, I'm actually anxious to see if you win or lose. Um, um,
Hmm.
if you want to see what happens to OG in his third game in the Druid Arena, go hit the like button and subscribe. I promise you will be entertained. See? See?
That's fine. I'll allow it.
Yeah, don't copyright strike me, please. YouTube. He's my friend. He gave me permission. You heard it.
I'm hereby giving him permission to do what he wants to do as far as advertising for me. I don't mind. It's okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
promise.
Did you check out that article I sent you that I thought would be good for you to talk about on the show?
Well, there were two of them. So, but I think the big one I want to say was one of them was probably the Sega one.
Right.
How basically uh, they're redoing Sega and kind of bringing it back
Yes.
because apparently in I forgot if it was Brazil or what country it was, but apparently in a different country, Sega sales are like astronomical. It's ridiculous. Like the numbers for the sales for Sega Genesis games, and this is or systems, and this is recently, are actually competitive with the new gen system sales, which is crazy. I don't know if it's because they never had Sega like a long time ago, or because they didn't really go into depth as far as like when it actually launched or anything. It just said that hey, look, sales for Sega are really high in this area, so we're going to bring it to the states.
Yeah,
Now, I don't think that's a smart move personally because there's a reason that it's only selling high in that country. We've
that's
already
true.
had our Sega experience. And we have plenty of stores who already have Segas to sell.
Right.
So I don't see where they think they're going to make a killing off of redoing Sega here. I just don't see it.
Okay, and my question is because remember Sega is no longer a company, guys. Um,
Well, it's no longer a console company. Let's
right,
be specific.
right.
They got rid of. They still exist. They're just not for consoles.
So what did they do?
My understanding is they just kind of do like software content and supporting of just their products,
So
like the Sonic franchise and pretty much anything that they own. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong though.
what they should do, and I don't care if they kick Microsoft's butt. I, I want to see a third gaming company like or a fourth gaming company come back. I liked it when it was four. I don't like three. There needs to be four. What they need to do is they need to take all that money they're getting from Brazil and come and make a badass new generation console. That's what they need to do.
Oh, so basically a next gen Sega.
Yes. Why not?
And you know what? That would be fine. I just don't want them to bring back the original Sega
No,
again. But yeah,
no,
if they're
no.
gonna come back, I mean, and make a brand new system, yeah, sure, that would be cool. I
Because
see nothing wrong with that.
because and this is what I was going to talk about. So it goes right hand in hand. But so apparently PlayStation and Xbox are saying after the PS4 Pro and after the Xbox Scorpio, which I'm not getting, um, there's gonna be no more consoles. That's gonna be the last console generation.
Really?
Yeah, and you're just gonna be able to upgrade your console or something into that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um.
Yeah. Hmm.
I'm trying to decide how I feel about that because I kind of like the idea of consoles existing, but I understand that we're in a new generation where our beliefs as far as what we grew up with are going to change and things are going to be different.
Yeah.
So it might come to the point to where companies start saying, well, there are a lot of people out there who are eventually not going to want to buy systems anymore because they're just going to want to just download everything. So let's just make one last hurrah, one last system, and then from then on, just download every game you want. We'll just make money off the game sales. Because I'll be honest with you, like I can kind of see that idea working out because I really don't buy consoles nearly as much as I used to, and not because I don't want to. It's just because life situations have prevented me from doing so. Like if I was financially well off, best believe I have a PS4. You know what I mean? But
They're freaking expensive.
um, they are. But like I said, if I was financially well off, I also wouldn't care.
Yeah.
That's the thing about gamers is you can make a system like $800 on launch, and people will still buy it.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what I
true.
mean? Especially for Black Friday, because I seen this happen. What people would did on a recent Black Friday, like maybe 5 or 6 years back, people all the whatever the I think it was like PS3 and 360 at the time. People
Hmm.
were like buying those like crazy, and then just overselling them online or to other people and making killings off of it. That's literally what was going on, and people were buying them because they're gamers. I mean, sure, they don't like the fact that the price went up about 100 or 2, but they're still going to pay it because they're not going to be able to get it nowhere.
That's very
So,
true. By the way, guys, we're talking about Black Friday, but there's also Brown Thursday. That's where I do my shopping. Brown Thursday.
Brown Thursday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
Brown
don't do
Thursday.
any of that stuff though. I've never participated in Black Friday. I worked during Black Friday, which was good sales for us at the time, but I've never actually participated. I've heard a lot of horror stories, and I don't want to have to fight the crowd. Like, when I go shopping for anything, I'd
Yeah.
rather go when there's almost nobody around. I don't
Well,
want to have to fight a bunch of people.
Brown Thursday is not as bad as Black Friday. And the only reason why I knew about Brown Thursday is kind of funny. This is why I'm gonna say the story. It was right after we had like Thanksgiving dinner, and my wife needed to go to the store, right, to buy female products, cause
Sure.
that just happens.
Yeah.
And we were in Walmart. Next thing I knew, it's Brown Thursday, and my wife's like, "Oh my God, all this cool stuff's on sale." Next thing we know, we're freaking. Oh, the thing that was gonna take 10 minutes, we're there like 5 hours
Oh wow.
buying stuff. So
Nah,
it's been kind of our tradition to do Brown Thursday ever since the female products. So
interesting.
power to the female
Thank you,
products.
feminine products, for allowing a Brown Thursday.
Yeah, no, I don't see myself buying the Scorpio Xbox, considering the Xbox One S just dropped and the Scorpio's coming out next year. So I just feel like they're just like in a hurry to make these consoles out. And really, it's just gonna, I mean, it's gonna be a lot faster, yes, but it's really just gonna be about VR gaming, and that's just not in my forte. And I really don't feel like paying $800 for a system. Um, I feel like paying $300 was a lot to begin with when I bought my Xbox, but I didn't pay $300. But still, if I was paying $300, it would have felt like a lot of money. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but I feel like that would be Sega's opportunity to come back and just own the game and be like, haha, we made another console. You guys are not making consoles, and then they would own.
Well, actually, what I think would be kind of cool is if, like, Sega came back and then Nintendo continued to make consoles and went strong, and then we had the old school Nintendo versus Sega again.
Yeah.
Because let's just be honest, there was no rivalry better than Nintendo versus Sega.
No, there really
Like,
wasn't.
those commercials that came out were like hardcore going after each other. Like, I remember there was a Street Fighter one where, you had like Street Fighter came out for both Sega and Super, and
Yeah.
you would see like the arm come out of the Sega version, crushing the Super Nintendo game version, and you had like when N64 came out, and well, actually this was like Nintendo versus Sony at the time, but I remember like they had the whole like Crash and Bandicoot going to Nintendo headquarters and talking smack. Like those
Yeah.
kind of rivalries back in the days, those were awesome. Those were fun. That was stuff that people were talking about. You don't really see that nowadays. Like the only thing
No.
you really hear, like you don't see any commercials about any kind of competition between this consoles. All you really see is just people saying, "I like Sony, I like Microsoft." That's it.
And then
there's
you
no real like competition anymore. It seems it's not as fun as it once was.
nope, and then you just hear exclusively on Xbox. Get your maps first on PS4. That's all you hear
Pretty
anymore.
much.
That's all you hear, which I think that's bull. If you're gonna give your rights away to a company, give your rights all the way. Don't just be like, oh, we're gonna let you have DLC first if you're gonna be on PS4. Because guess what? I'm not gonna buy a PS4 just so I can play the maps first.
Mm.
Those people that bought a PS4 just to play maps first on Call of Duty, y'all are idiots. Because guess what? I'm, because like, while you guys have bugs in your maps because you got them first, I don't have bugs
Nope.
because because they already know about the bugs by the time it hits us. So haha.
Mhm.
But
Oh yeah.
that comes to my next thing. Speaking of Nintendo and Sega and all this, so I don't know if you know this, but Nintendo and Apple work together.
I guess I could kind of see that, but I never really thought about it. I never really looked into that. But no, I didn't know.
Yeah, like I wouldn't say they bought Nintendo all the way, but they bought a portion of Nintendo, and they're gonna be making mobile games for Nintendo on the Apple devices.
Hmm. Well, I know that Nintendo has started um, dabbling in the mobile gaming recently, so I mean, I guess Apple is going to be the one that's going to be kind of backing them on that. So I guess that does kind of make sense.
And you would think that's what it's for, but it's strictly just to make games for the phone. And one of the games that they're making, and it's gonna be called Mario Run.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's gonna be released. It's supposed to be released in sometime December. Now, my biggest thing is I want to say is why are you wasting your money doing this when you could simply just make a good Nintendo game for your Nintendo Switch that's about to be released? I don't
Because
understand.
everybody, for some reason, is console hungry. They want to make like two or three consoles like really, really quick, which is not smart in all reality because now you're dividing your sales. Because people, now, I did say that people don't mind spending money for the systems, but what people are not going to do is buy multiple systems within like a few month period.
No.
Uh, that's just not something we do. So, yeah, I do think that that is a bit of a problem.
Yeah, like I don't understand. Like you just announced the Nintendo Switch. So why not make substantial games for the Nintendo Switch so the Nintendo Switch has something to lag on, and then instead of
Hmm.
making freaking a game for the iPhone. And if you're gonna make it for the iPhone, why not make it for Android? Like that's just dumb.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's just really, really dumb. And I don't know. And apparently, what I've been reading in this other article is that the Nintendo Switch, is getting a lot of backlash. It's getting a lot of hate.
A lot of hate, huh?
A lot of people don't want to buy it
Huh.
because a lot of people were expecting um, the
Full
Nintendo
on console,
the
more or less.
Nintendo X or whatever it was supposed to be.
In X or something.
NX, yeah. And they're not they're not doing it, so they're pretty much saying, this is pretty much going to be our thing. So, I don't know, Nintendo. I don't know what your plans are, but you better come up with something, cuz we can't just be left with Sony and Microsoft. We really can't. I'm tired of seeing Sony and Microsoft. I need I need something to catch my um eye and be like, I want this, and maybe I'll take a jump. You know what I mean? But right now,
Yeah.
it's just not happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what you feel.
Well, um, I think Nintendo is taking their time. I think
Hmm.
that Nintendo does have major plans. They're just not in a hurry to drop the bomb yet. They're gonna let Sony and Nintendo, or Sony and Microsoft, kind of drop all their 10,000 systems, and then pretty much surprise the world with something major, and they're gonna be back in the game. So we'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Hey, who knows? Maybe one day Nintendo and Sega will make a super competitive company, and
It'd be called
you know,
Sega.
yeah.
Nas-
So that would be kind of cool.
or
But no, now I'm
Sindo.
just grasping at straws at this point. But I mean, I'm not gonna count Nintendo out. They've been around since the beginning,
Hmm.
so I think we would be kind of harsh to overly criticize what they're doing. Like, let Nintendo take their time, be at their own pace. They know what they're doing. They've been around for a long time for a reason. I mean, they've outlasted Sega, you know. So let them work their magic.
Right, right, right. Next thing I want to talk about, I know you're not gonna know much about this, but for those that are in the Microsoft Preview program, and what that is, the Microsoft Preview program, it allows people to beta test new stuff that they're coming out for the Xbox, meaning not games, but basically talking about their software, your what you call it, like your interface. So like if you're part of the program, you can test out all these new apps and stuff. And I tried to get a part of this program because there's this one app that I really really want. It's called what is it called? It's called no, I can't think of it. But it's called Mirror something. And basically what this app does is basically I could take my Android phone. Hello?
Yeah, your Android phone.
Okay, it was like a big beep noise. Um, so I could take my Android phone, play a game, and I can mirror it to my Xbox. And basically, what happens then is that I'm playing my Android game on my Xbox, and then I could capture it um, with my Elgato, or I could stream it um, with my OBS, and so forth and so forth. So I was really looking forward to getting that app, really for getting looking forward to using it. But the program that they had was like an invite only. So basically, if my friend had it, then he could invite me. But if none of my friends didn't have it, then there was no way of me getting into the program. And then because so many people were in the program, like they just started denying people. So what they've decided to do is they've revamped the program and they've decided to make it open to everybody. So now if you go to Microsoft's website, you can go and you can enroll in this program like that. And I shall be doing that strictly for this app because I want to see what it's like to play Seven Nights on my Xbox. Just cause. Just cause. Um, yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't know what are your thoughts on that, buddy?
Well, that's interesting. That's something you're right. I know nothing about. But I would like to definitely see my mobile games on the big screen. Because now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I could play all these games on my PC, but I am not usually in a position, I guess, to always be on my PC. Sometimes I'd rather just chill on my couch or my recliner
Right,
and just chill.
right.
So I don't get that with my PC. So being able to play it on a TV while chilling on my chair or whatever, like that would be cool too. So I'm completely down for that. Which, by the way, side note, you're not gonna be able to log into Seven Nights right now because they're undergoing maintenance. There's an update today, so just want to give you a side note in case you were thinking about logging in. You're
I
probably
actually
not gonna be
was
able to log
today.
in until about 7 or 8. So
I actually was gonna log in today because I've been so busy with everything else, trying to figure everything else out. I was like, I'm finally at a slow down speed, and now I can finally get into Seven Nights. Well, gee, thanks, bub. Blow my bubble. No, I'm just kidding.
yep.
Uh,
So yeah, about maybe 6 or 7 this evening, you'll be able to log in. I'm assuming.
how are
So
we doing in Seven Nights Land?
well, we just started our new Guild Wars season. I think we're on season 5 or 6 now. Our rank overall is 580, I think it was, or 520, something like that. And on our as far as our win percentage, we're about 50% win rate. Right now, we just finished three fights in the new season, and we're currently 2-1. So we won two,
Oh,
lost one.
last one.
So we're not doing bad. I mean, it's still early, so I mean, it's hard to say, but we're not doing bad.
Mm. I fin
Things are working out.
I finally got my Gipper rank to 6 stars. So,
Sweet, good job,
and
bro.
then I got the guy with the blue hair that does all the electrical stuff.
Okay, I don't remember the name.
That does a storm and stuff.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
yeah, I
Mm,
got him somehow. I don't know how, but I got him 5 stars or six
sweet.
stars. Yeah. So I've been playing. I just jump on and I'll do like a quick clan war or I'll do castle rush if I'm able.
Mm,
But I haven't really been
yeah.
able to like so far like level up my characters like I want to.
Mm.
Just because like I've just been trying to stay on top of YouTube and stay on top of streaming and
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
man.
believe me, it's a lot of work. Like I
It
said, I mean, I'm playing like three different games while trying to YouTube and have a job and still go out on Saturday and do the role playing thing. Like I got a lot on my plate too. I know exactly how you feel, and it's rough. It really is hard to make time for everything when there's so many things to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I got a kid. For those that don't know, I got a 5-year-old
Yeah,
kid
and
and
you
I
do
got a
have a
wife.
kid, and you have
And
a
I got a
wife.
wife. So I
Yeah.
got lots. And then I got, the other thing that I do too. So yeah, I'm definitely, I want to check it out and see how that is. Um, it would be cool if they came out with
Actually,
what? Go ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it'd be cool if they came out with something for PlayStation, but as of now, they have nothing.
No, not yet. One thing I kind of wanted to bring up too, since we did kind of mention it, and I was going to kind of talk about it anyway, is you kind of mentioned VR, and I kind of want to go over it real quick if that's okay.
That's fine. I've been waiting for you to say the go ahead, cause
But well, because honestly, before you even brought it up, I had actually watched a few episodes of Game Informer show in the past when they first talked about VR and like how PlayStation was going to do their PlayStation VR and all that. And I got to watch all the videos. I kind of rewatched them recently just so I would kind of remember stuff. But basically, the idea, of course, is there's virtual reality in gaming. You're going to have some kind of a headset,
mhm,
and then you're going to have something that connects to where you can be able to do your movements. So you're going to see it. It'll be sensors that you'll be able to like put on or whatever. And a lot of what they did in the beginning was simple stuff like you're in an office and you're trying to pick up a pencil and give something to somebody else, onto the more like more motion kind of games where you have to actually physically run and do stuff. um I think the idea is a good idea. I don't know if we're really ready for it.
yeah.
Because a lot of the problems that they've discussed or that I've noticed is that one, there's going to be a lot of sickness, a lot of motion sickness. Apparently, it's that deep,
Mhm.
to where even like the people who have been gaming for so long were getting sick after playing for so many hours or minutes or whatever, depending on the game. Like the games literally make you sick, and I think that's going to be kind of dangerous, especially if they're going to be putting, let's say, survival horror games like Resident Evil.
Mhm.
That would scare the crap out of me. Like, and if I got to see that in virtual reality, I don't know that I'd be able to hang. I think if I was to play that for 7 days straight, I need to go to a mental institution. Like, I'm not even joking, bro. Like, that stuff could be kind of crazy.
Like
So
so.
I'm a little scared about what's going to happen with the whole VR. Maybe I'm just over, like, being overcritical of it, but I honestly don't know that we're really ready for VR. And maybe it's just my old school way of thinking, and maybe I'm just not with the times. Maybe it's for the new generation, but I don't ever see myself investing in anything VR related. It's like I said, it's a good idea, but there are a lot of problems potentially.
No, I'm really glad you brought this up because I've been waiting. Um, because I've been following VR um for a long time when it was first talked about, mainly because of my situation, and
Hmm.
I kind of don't want it to go to VR because it's really going to be the end of gaming for me. I mean, I'm going to be stuck. I'm one of those people that I don't mind going on with the new generation with stuff. Like I adapt. But as of right now, if we go full VR, there's no way I could play. And that's a problem. For one reason, and a lot of people are like, well, you can sit down and play, but you have to understand, like you were saying, it makes you sick, or it makes people sick. I have no equilibrium, so in games like that, that can really mess my head up, um, and it could really make me sick, and then it could also do permanent damage. This is why I can't fly. So I would have to literally stay away from VR. Like I couldn't even touch it. Um, and that's sad if we go full-fledged VR, and that's what it is. So I could tell you the main reason why it took off. Are you ready to? You really want to know why it took off?
Sure.
Because they were first making virtual reality porn, and then they said, "Oh, we can make this into video games." And so Oculus Rift,
Yeah,
Oculus
Oculus. Yeah.
started
Hmm.
making games for it, but their first thing they made for it was porn. Um, and then once everybody started liking Rift, Facebook bought Oculus. So now Mark Zuckerberg, that's his name, right? Mark Zuckerberg.
I don't remember the name, but you're close.
Okay, so yeah, so they're in development of doing virtual reality, and they're coming up with like all this stuff. Um, now, which is called Oculus, yeah, the Oculus thing, which now it's gonna be crazy. They did a press release about like how you're gonna do all this Facebook stuff, but really, why? If I'm on Facebook, I'm not gonna want to put a VR set to just see you. I just go over to your house or call you. Why am I gonna put on a VR headset to see you on Facebook? Why am I gonna use VR to look at Facebook? Like, because what they showed on the screen is that you still see the white screen of Facebook, but you're just more immersive in it. Like, why would I want to be immersive in Facebook? Like, I don't,
Right.
you know. And I know there's, other ones like, um, Xbox has the Hulu lens, and that one looks cool. But pretty much, basically, what that does is it puts you in a Pokemon Go world. And what I mean by that is it's not Pokemon Go, but if you've ever played Pokemon Go and you know how they have the AR, the augmented reality, like how like the game is like put into your reality and you're just seeing it like that. That's pretty much what Xbox is doing with their VR. So pretty much you'll be walking in your space and you'll be able to see where you're at, but like different things will pop up and you can make a game screen and you can play your games that way and stuff. But still, why would I want to do that? Like I just don't I just don't see the need to want to do that. And you know, to even do that on PC, you got to have a beefy PC. To even do that, um well, I don't even know. Xbox hasn't even released theirs yet. Xbox ain't releasing theirs for a while. PlayStation is like the only one that has it released, and just the headset by itself, it is $300. So
Oh yeah.
if you know, if you really want this, you gotta go pay the $300, and then you gotta plug something in the back of your PlayStation 4, and then you have to have another wire, and then you have to have another wire just to put a screen on your face. Um,
Yep.
and I don't know, man. To me, it just feels like 3D movies. I mean, I'm not saying virtual
Which
reality.
honestly, 3D movies weren't really that great either. I'm
That's what
not
I'm
gonna
saying.
lie.
I can watch 3D movies, and I'm like, okay, I want to see the regular version because 3D movies don't do nothing for me. They just look fuzzy. Yes, I'm putting the glasses on, and yes, I have the glasses on correctly. For those that say, well, you need to have the glasses on, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't do nothing for me. I'm not wowed. And I just feel like that's where I'm at right now in virtual reality. But if this becomes mainstream, I'm screwed. You know what I mean? Just like with the Kinect, I couldn't play the Kinect on Xbox. The Kinect is something that it tracks your whole body movement. So if you're sitting down, which of course I'm sitting down, I'm sitting on my knees right now. My character
Hmm.
sits on his knees. So how can I play Call of
Right.
Duty? You know what I mean? Not that they have Call of Duty for Connect. I'm just saying, hypothetically, if
In
virtual
general,
reality
yeah.
comes to this, that's gonna be one of the games that they make for it. Call of Duty VR. I can see it now. You know,
Well,
and
I don't think that you're going to have to use a lot of leg movements to move. I think my understanding is there are movements that will control you being able to move forward, if I'm not mistaken. So
okay,
I think they've got that taken care of as far as, you having to, sit down or whatever. I don't think you're going to have an issue with that. But again, your balance issue, just the way that, your brain is probably not going to be able to handle it too well. It would be kind of dangerous for you.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, that's probably not going to be a good thing. Now, I don't think that VR is going to replace consoles or anything like that. This is just something else, just another breakthrough in technology they're going to try on the world. That's pretty much what it is. It's just something different.
yeah.
But like, I'm never really going to get into it myself. I have no interest in it at all. Like I said, I think it's a good idea. It's just not for me. That's all.
The thing that baffles me is, okay, you have a PS3, right?
Yeah.
So you know what PS Move is, right?
Never looked into it.
But you've seen it, right? You know what it is,
Never
right?
seen it.
Okay, so now explain this to me, okay? Because you're PlayStation, so I wanna know the emphasis behind this. Okay, so you have a $300 headset, right? That just came out with brand new technology that tracks the head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell me why the controller that you use for the VR is the PS Move. That's PS3 technology.
That's a good question. I don't have a good answer for that. I'm not gonna lie. I'll have to get back to the Sony office to pretend I actually work there.
But like, I just, that's like saying, okay, yeah, we're gonna come out with Xbox One, but you have to use a 360 controller. Why?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if it's a compatibility issue or someone did something wrong in creation and they had to rush it out. So they're like, well, I got a PS3 controller. Like it's hard to really say. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like that's just I don't know. Like I just feel like now in the gaming community, like we just in a era of cutting corners, and it just sucks. Like it
Yeah,
really, really
that's a
sucks.
thing now.
It's like,
It's
oh,
definitely a
where
thing.
can we cut this corner? Where can we do this? And it's disappointing because and here's something funny. For those of you that have VR and haven't decided to look on YouTube, because I have a friend that, he has a new system, but instead of instead of looking at YouTube, he calls me for everything. And I'm
Oh
going to talk
God.
about this too after we talk about this, cuz it has a funny conclusion. It's even funnier than what I originally told you. But anyway,
All right.
so okay, so those that you that don't like watch YouTube but somehow are watching this show, like check this out. If you have your VR headset, you can. It's all it is an HDMI input. So anything HDMI that has an HDMI out, you can plug into that
Mhm.
headset. No, it won't be VR, but it'll just be like you could see a big screen in your face. So for those that have Xbox One, you can use the PSVR um, headset on your Xbox One, or you can use it for your movies, or you can use it, like I said, for your laptop, anything with an HDMI outsource. So, way to go, Sony. It's
Way to go.
I think I don't know how I feel about that, because I'm just like, okay, so yet I could do this, but yet it's just a big screen on my face, and it's not VR, but it's going through the VR converter, which takes the games that are in the PS4 and converts them to VR. Help me.
Mhm.
Help help me. But
There is no help there. That's
I just
just
don't understand. Like, so that means that box really actually does nothing as far as converting it to VR. In hindsight, that little box that you plug into your back of your PS4, if you think about it, it really does nothing. It's just a pass through like the Elgato. Like my Elgato really does nothing, but it just passed through the connection to my laptop so it could be recorded. That's all it is.
Mm.
It's just a pass through. Anything I plug anything I plug my Elgato into, like any HDMI cord I plug into my Elgato and then I plug into my laptop, it's gonna record anything.
Right.
So I can plug my cable box in it, um, anything. I'm talking into illegal stuff. I'm not gonna tell you how to do all that, but you can do it. Trust me, I've tried it, and it's easily done. Um, because it's just a pass through. But yet the Elgato's $160 brand new. Um,
Mm.
which is kind of crazy. I only paid $60 for mine, but it's because I
Of
got the
course.
hookup. But
Holler if you hear me.
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, I just don't understand like why people are making this technology seem like it's so like expensive when really you're just paying for a box and a headset, but the box doesn't do anything because if you plug anything else to the box, like you just get you don't get nothing. You just get a screen that you can just see things really close up to your face. Ooh,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I don't know.
And that's the thing is I never really looked into it, which is why I don't know a lot about it. I've just heard of it, I've seen it, but I've never really taken the time to examine it or see what it's useful for. Which is why I really can't answer those questions. So,
yeah. I know you didn't expect me to hit you with those questions. I really wasn't, but I know you're the PS head, and so I just thought I'd
yeah,
baffle you
fair
with those
enough.
questions. And the
Mm-hmm.
next thing I gotta baffle somebody with, or not baffle, but funny thing is that the UK has gotten in trouble, um, and this is on the same topic as VR, and this is for my UK friends. The UK has gotten in trouble with I don't know exactly who. It might be with Sony or um, but basically, because right now you can go into Best Buy right now and you can demo test the VR and you can see if you like it. Okay, well the UK has decided to charge somebody £12 um to just test a demo, and £12 would necessarily be it's round out to be probably $20. So for $20 you're paying for a 30-minute demo of
Wow, that's
PS
horrible.
for PSVR. And they try to say, well, it's because our we have to, we're highly skilled in this technology. Well, what are you gonna show me? Because as soon as I put that freaking VR on my face, I can't see nobody. That's like my biggest complaint about it. Is like when you put it on your face, you can't see in front of you in the real world. Like you can't see nothing. Like you're totally enclosed. So
Well, that's kind of the point, though. Really,
I
is you're
know,
not supposed to see.
but the thing is like there needs to be like some kind of feature that like okay, say like for instance, an emergency happens and you have this thing on your face. How can you see it?
Apparently, you're supposed to smell it or hear it. You're supposed to have a smoke alarm that's going to beep and be so annoying that you take off your VR so you can save yourself. Like honestly, I think that they've like the reason that you don't have a need to see is because first off, you're not really going to be moving forward, so there's not really going to be any how you shouldn't be moving forward. So you got to use a little bit of common sense there. And then as far as anything dangerous around you, you're gonna most of you are gonna play at your home, right? So the worst thing that you probably can expect is maybe a fire, smoke, something like that. As long as you have a smoke alarm, which most places do have one, you're gonna be able to hear it, and and before the smoke alarm goes off, you're gonna be able to smell the smoke.
Yeah,
So you should know that danger is around
yeah,
before it's too late. You
that's
really should.
true. That's true. But I was watching well, my subclaim favorite YouTuber. He's not really my favorite YouTuber anymore. Um, Drifter. He was playing VR and like the dude couldn't see and he lost his controller because he couldn't see, and it was
Hmm.
hilarious. I was sitting there watching him for like 15 minutes trying to locate his controller because he just wasn't smart enough to take off his headset and find his controller, and he was
Uh-oh.
just trying to find it in the freaking thing. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it was
Right.
planned, but You know what I mean? Because it was probably for entertainment. But I
Sure.
mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's a hit and miss thing with me. I'll never play it. I think about as close as VR as I'll get is the freaking Samsung VR gear or whatever that is, because it's like really cheap, and I
All
just
right.
put my phone in it, and ooh, I get to see graphical pictures of my phone, and that's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I
Okay.
think that's about as
Yeah.
close to VR I
I'm
get.
never gonna do it. Like I'm as simple as that. I'm not doing VR. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't try VR. Just understand that know your limits. If
You
you're the
could
kind of
die.
person
No,
that's
I'm just kidding.
easily, yeah, you could no. If you're the kind of person that easily like gets stomach sick or whatever, if you can't ride a roller coaster, then you shouldn't be playing VR.
You shouldn't.
I mean, well, simple as that. Now, not to say that not all virtual reality games are like really bad. Like a lot of the VR games that they've displayed are pretty safe as far as not making you sick or anything. But it's not really the necessarily like the fact that something might be scary or anything that can make you sick. It's just the fact that your brain has a hard time understanding what's going around because it's all this stuff that shouldn't be happening that's kind of messing up with your visuals and your mind and everything that can mentally make you sick, kind of a thing. So it's not like a gross factor that I'm talking about. No, don't get me wrong. If they do make some survival horrors, then that's just going to add to it. But just understand that there are dangers to VR. So just know your limits. If you feel like you're getting sick, take it off. And if it happens too often, then it's just not for you. Simple as
Definitely,
that.
definitely.
Stick to consoles or mobiles or PC or whatever.
Yeah, just stick to what you know, man. That's the way I see it.
Pretty much.
Um,
But I think we should probably end it here because it's going to get late on my side. So
all right.
uh,
Yeah,
I think
pretty
we can
sure.
continue the discussion next week.
Pretty sure. You can go ahead and take us out, man.
All right. So we do appreciate you guys listening to our wonderful podcast, the OG Tubecast, Gaming Tubecast. We got our boy Handikillcam, and then you got me, OG Crunkster. You guys have a good week, and you guys take it easy.
Take it easy.